All right, workout 3, we made it. It's Friday, okay? So workout 3 is the upper body dominant. First thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do high plank to side planks and then down dog toe taps. All right, so we're supersetting these two movements. So high plank to side plank, here, feet are wide, so I can twist my feet in support. Inhale. High plank to side plank, that's that one. And then downward dog toe tap. So here, back, back. So that's that downward dog toe tap. Thoracic bridge is gonna be a bit rough if they have some mobility issues. We are not gonna do it. So if they can't do this position safely, then you're gonna revert back to these guys. Okay? So if they can't do this safely, that's what it is. So this is a disassociation of hips and shoulders. So you got your shoulders doing something completely opposite of what your hips are doing. The big thing that I want to be able to do is make sure that I have a straight line from my wrist to my shoulder, and then I can move my head, and that way I know I'm not shrugging too much. So feet are here, elevate into a bridge, right? This arm, whatever you want. Look down at your hand. Look up at the sky. This is how you're going to check to see if your neck is clear. Shoulder blade is being pushed into your spine, right? So this shoulder blade is being pushed into my spine. Right? You want to be fancy, tuck it, twist it. Right? So you can turn those into reps too, but I don't want to start them there, right? So we'll get there eventually. We got pen lay rows or bird dog row. So the pen lay row, last time we did a higher rep, so they're gonna go a little bit heavier. It's 4x8. So the pen lay row is a bent over row, but they start and stop on the ground, right? So if they like to use their traps to lift weights, they're gonna have a heck of a hard time keeping it on the ground. So I'm gonna deadlift, right? RDL position. Back down. Right? So I'm doing it with a kettlebell, but they're doing it with a barbell, right? So I'm in RDL position. They have to breathe with every rep. They have to add significant weight for it to work the way we want it to. Bird dog row. Do this on a bench, right? So they can have enough room to let their arm go down. So I'm gonna bird dog on a bench, right? And then I'm gonna have this arm run. I'm gonna show you on the ground though, okay? So I'll do my best to imagine I'm on a bench, all right? So if I'm here, I'm gonna kick my left leg back. I'm holding the weight with my right arm. Contralateral. Contralateral means that it is now a transverse plane stabilization exercise. So if I go cross body, right? Now I'm working in the transverse plane. That's a big weakness of a traditional CrossFit programming set is they never really attack this. So we really want to make sure that these are good. And this is going to help eliminate a lot of that low back stuff from the single leg RDLs and some of the shoulder pain from the presses because we're balancing that out, right? So I'm here opposite. Right? Same thing on the other side. So that's your bird dog row. Then we got press and kneeling, bottoms up, kettlebell press. So press is press, press is press. So barbell, right? Everything locked in, big chest, exhale. I don't care if they go back down to their shoulders every time because again, a lot of these people don't have the range of motion requirements to do that, right? We don't want to be separating AC joints. These people are computer programmers, okay? So they got regular jobs. They're not pro athletes. Again, it took me a long time to figure that part out. So I like to stop them about 90 degrees and push, and push. If they can't lock out their elbows, they shouldn't be doing the barbell, right? And if they got an ego about it, then just show the people, again, this is gonna be a work in progress, but the people who listen and then build the proper stabilization will become stronger than them very quickly, right? So it's like the people who actually do their diet and lose a bunch of weight, right? that's what happens. Like, how did this person who joined 6 weeks ago make so much progress? Well, because they did the exercises properly and they listened to us about the nutritional advice. It's science, right? So kneeling, right? This is a tall kneel. This is a half kneel. You pick, right? Either way works. Kneeling, bottoms up, kettlebell press. Let's see what I got with the left hand. Easy money, right? Same thing other side. Why kneeling? Because I can't do this with my butt, right? I gotta get through, I gotta get tall, I gotta get my butt tight, and I gotta keep my ribs down. It's about teaching them to generate and produce full body tension, right? That's true stabilization. So if they can do those, then it's time to condition, right? So what do we got? We got row 500 meters and a bunch of med ball things, okay? The single leg slam, 10 per leg, okay? So here, up, down, up, down, up, down. So the real beasts are gonna be able to do all 10 per leg without ever putting their foot down. And I wanna keep them, again, in that straight line, right? So if they're starting to come out and do things like this, don't. If they can't keep the foot up, we're gonna go here to there, here to there. So I'm just putting the toes down about a foot behind my other foot, all right? That's 1. 2, med ball chest pass. If you wanna do it against the wall, sink it down, here. Bounce it off the wall, it's gonna ricochet into me. So I would recommend doing all these with the Dynamax balls, not going above 14 pounds, okay? A little too heavy then. So that, you can do it with the slam balls, but it's not gonna give you that bounce that we want. If you don't wanna use the wall, they can hinge down, they can hit here. That also works, okay? And then rainbow slams. So rainbow slam, up over, boom, up over, boom. Exhale. So even while they're doing these exercises, you should be hearing them and you should be coaching them on their breath work more than anything. Remind them about that, right? Don't tell them to activate your glutes. Don't tell them, just breathe, right? They're in conditioning. They don't got a lot of time to work on motor patterns right now. What they do have time to do is remember to inhale, right? Exhale. Inhale as you decelerate, exhale as you accelerate, right? The more we practice that, the stronger they will become, the less damage they will be, the more durable they'll be. All right, they will be. All right, cool down. Side plank, thread the needle, bird dog, dead bug, and V-ups. So side plank, thread the needle. Down here, elevate hips, up, touch my elbow. Touch my elbow. All right? When you're looking at those, the rib cage is down, and if they're wobbling at all, right? So if they have anything that isn't a like locked, lined up torso, then they got to bend their knees. All right. So here's the regression. This doesn't mean the hip is on the ground though. The hip is still up. Touch the elbow. Inhale. There's the elbow. Inhale. Bird dogs. Inhale. Touch your leg. Inhale. Touch your leg. What I'm looking for on that one though, is if they move a lot from their lower back, that's not what I want. I still want the ribs connected, right? So when I come down, are the ribs connected, right? Or are they poked out and sharp? And you can check them. Just go up and touch their rib cage, right? Or kick them, right? Give them a little palm, just make sure it stays tight. So those two are gonna be supersetted. So you have your bird dogs and your side plank thread the needles. Dead bug is the opposite of a bird dog, so I'm on my back. Right, ribs are down, inhale. Right, so again, they're doing a lot of Pilates, right? So again, we're trying to teach them how to breathe, because initially I was working on some stuff, but I was like, no, we gotta learn how to breathe, right? So the more we focus on that, again, the better they're going to feel, the more they're gonna be able to work, and if we start doing some testing parameters, you're gonna see them PR more frequently. So that, and then that's gonna be supersetted with the V up. Up. Right, V ups. So those two, give them a little ab burn, let them go. Scorpion stretch, and then we have a child's pose lat stretch are the last two things for cool down. Scorpion stretch, my arms are out to the side, big T, right? And I'm gonna bring my opposite leg over to my hand. So big T, over, over. They shouldn't be shrugging excessively with this one. There's that. And then child's pose lat stretch. I'm gonna get into my nice child's pose. I'm gonna rock back, right? And then I'm gonna cross my hand over my other hand and I'm gonna rock that way. So if I'm neutral, left hand over right, and then I'm gonna lean to my left. Right hand, lean to the right. And that's it. Kick them out, let them have a good weekend.